Welcome. This is Dabtro Creations, and this is my first video for y'all. Basically, what we're gonna do is break down a little bit of who I am, what is Dabtro Creations, a little bit about my journey, and then we're gonna get into not worrying. Stop it. And basically, we're going to get into ways that you can reprogram your mind to change your life, to gain happiness. If you feel you're not good enough, if you feel I'm too ugly, whatever it is that you feel, I can't do this because of this, whatever is stopping you from your happiness, we're going to break down what could be the cause of that and a solution for you. Who am I? Dabtro Creations. When I was younger, I would always do a whole bunch of random stuff. My parents were very nurturing when it came to the stuff that I was into. And so whether it was books or whether it was science experiments or Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I'll go and sell my own booster packs to kids at school. Skateboarding, pictures. I was just pretty much all over the place. Writing stories, making music. As I got older and I was trying to find my life's purpose, found out I was just into a lot of different shit. And so instead of having a million different Twitter handles for each of my interests or social media handles for each of my interests, I developed a persona, which is a troll that dabbles in many different things. So thus Dabtro Creations. With Dabtro Creations, basically all my interests are all together in this one little hub. I had stopped eating meat about 3 years ago. I got to the heaviest of my life, and the course of not eating meat to now, I've lost over 100 pounds. As one of my friends would say, I lost the equivalent to a whole middle schooler. Definitely a noticeable difference, to the point that a lot of my friends were coming up to me asking me what I did, and that pretty much sparked my interest in even doing these videos, was the fact that people were actually interested in the things that I was doing and the things that I talk about. So here we are. I had recently quit my stable job at the regular 9 to 5, that steady paycheck and all that, to pursue my dreams. And I've quit jobs before for other people other than myself. So this is the first time that I decided to take that leap for myself. And one of the things, because I wasn't born into this super wealthy, family of the 1% or anything like that, one of the things that I worry about was finances and where the income would be coming from, because it wasn't that steady paycheck anymore. I know a good couple of my friends who recently took a leap or have already taken the leap and have been doing it for a while. That's one of the things that they may stress about as well. But I know it's easier said than done. But do not worry. And the reason why I say this leads on to the reprogramming your mind to change your life to gain happiness. The other night, me and my girlfriend were heading to her aunt's house, and she had played this CD that she had got from school, and it was called Wisdom of Your Cells, and how your beliefs can change your biology, basically. And that makes me think of on Doctor Strange, where he was just like, you're telling me about healing my body based on beliefs. Basically, it's something that, if you don't know, there's a bunch of research on it, placebo effect and everything like that. your beliefs can kill you. There's the placebo effect and nocebo effect, where if someone, like a doctor, would say, oh, you're gonna die in 3 months, if you start believing that, your body will start doing the things and you can actually die in 3 months. So your mind can alter your physical, your biology, basically. And so this CD, the narration was this doctor that was sitting in an auditorium speaking, Bruce Lipton. At the part that I had came in on, it was the end of disc 6. And there's 8 discs altogether. And so there was a study that was done in Japan where they had an adult female chimp, and they had this computer program where the chimp would match the color with the script, and if she got it right, then a coin would come out that she's able to use at the vending machine to get a banana or apple or a treat. So they would been testing this chimp for a couple of months, and she's been, gaining coins and getting treats. During that process, she did end up having a baby. They would continue doing this test on the monkey, and the monkey would have the little baby on her hip, basically, while she was matching the colors and to the script on the computer program and getting a coin. One day, the mother chimp sat the baby chimp down to go get something with one of the coins that she had gotten. When she left, the little baby chimp had pulled itself upright and matched the colors on the script and got a coin. Now the scientists were just like, oh shit, like, what? Like, this little baby monkey can't even, stand up yet, and it was able to get the script correct. What they found is that this is where monkeys and human babies, where they're similar, because the baby was able to learn by observation. Now, by observing what the mother was doing, it was able to download the process to its head. And so the reason why this is important is because as humans, there are several different brain frequencies that we go through. I'm not going to go through all of them, just the important ones for the case of this point. One of the waves that the baby functions on is delta, from birth to about 2 years old. Now, delta frequencies as an adult, this is usually when we're asleep. Now, of course, a child that's 2 or younger isn't asleep all day, but what it means to their mind is that they're not fully connected with the world outside yet. What that means is the child can take in the information, but they cannot respond yet in a coordinated way. So from 2 to 6, those activities in the brain ramp up and they now move to theta waves. Now, theta waves as an adult is like a dream state. And basically, if you have a movie on in the background in your sleep, that moment where you kind of partially wake up and you start confusing what's going on in the movie with what's going on in reality, that's pretty much what that state is. For kids, this is when a lot of times when they're in their imaginary world. Most of the time this is during their play. Their play is usually in theta frequency as far as the mind. Now, the reason why this is important is because Aristotle had a quote, and there's a couple of quotes that are similar, but he says, "Give me a child until he is 7, and I will show you the man." And basically what that means is that whatever beliefs are programmed into this child, or programmed into you by the time all the way up into your 6 or 7, that's going to be the primary belief and way of thinking that you live the rest of your life with. So the reason why that's important is because you want to be careful what you tell a child. And this isn't a video on how to discipline your child or anything like that, but it's important because if there's anyone who may have heard these type of words when they were little, oh, we're broke, you don't deserve that, you're not smart. Like, what do you think you're doing that? You'll never do something like this or anything like that. If you were told those things, especially 6 or 7 and below, that goes straight to your subconscious. And your subconscious is kind of like this tape player that plays a bunch of beliefs and perceptions and things like that. As you're an adult, when you go to try to do certain things, those tapes may go off in the background of your head and prevent you from doing the things that make you happy because you feel like you're those beliefs. And it may have not happened when you were up to 6 or 7. It may be something that happened, later on towards an adult. Whatever it is that was programmed in your subconscious, that dictates your outside world pretty much. And for example, in the theta state, this is like in The Sixth Sense where Bruce Willis was talking to his wife in her sleep. This is also like in, for example, with Doctor Strange again, where he was smart and he's able to read all these books at, a fast pace and understand them. He mentions, or I have a photographic memory of things like that. Now, he kicked it up a notch when he was able to astro project and read. You have to identify what tape players have been playing in the background of your life, in your subconscious, that is causing you to think that you're not good enough, or I'm always going to be single, or I'll never succeed, and just all of these different beliefs that we put on ourselves. Because like I said, your subconscious, whether or not you realize, dictates the majority of your life. We think that our conscious mind dictates everything that we go through, like, oh, I'm conscious, da da da, but pretty much your life is running on autopilot, and your consciousness gives you the freedom of choice, but the majority of everything you do is going on autopilot. For example, think about when you first started driving versus a couple of years down the line. When you first started driving, you were thinking about a gazillion things, how to do this, how to do that, and you got the, person that's screaming in your ear like, no, hit the stop sign, hit the brake, da, da, da. And, sometimes you will be driving and you hit the brake and the gas at the same time, and because you're learning how to do this. Now, after a couple of years, boom, you're able to think clearly as you're driving. You may press some buttons, to change the station, switch out a CD, talk to the person next to you. You got your elbow hanging out the window. You got it at this point. It becomes second nature. It becomes one of those tapes that are playing in your subconscious. And you can basically do it while being conscious of other things at the same time. Another example, think about when you first started work versus a couple of years into it. When you first started, you're learning everything, and you gotta get all the system down. Then a couple of years in, boom, moving through, you may have heard the phrase, man, this is so easy, I can do it in my sleep. What that means is that you're able to do something without being conscious of it. Start thinking about what is actually driving your life. Is it your conscious brain or is it your subconscious brain? In this CD, he starts breaking down the mind like a computer. And the way that he says this is that he brought on information from this other doctor or scientist, and he says that your conscious mind can only process about 40 bits of data per second, which is taking on 40 different inputs and juggling them and working with these 40 different inputs per second. Now your subconscious, your subconscious can process 40 million bits per second. Imagine trying to run your life with your conscious processing speed versus your subconscious. You see what I mean? Most people think that their conscious is running the show. If it did, would be fucked. You know what I mean? Think about that like internet speed. Do you want to be running at 40 bits download, stream, or 40 million bit download stream? You see what I mean? Even to take it even further, think about in the Matrix. Now, remember the part where Neo first gets unplugged and they're explaining everything, and this is the first time that he gets replugged in, and they're in this white area, and Morpheus calls it the construct. Now, to me, the construct is going to be your subconscious, and whatever you put in that construct, that's what you use for your day-to-day life, your day-to-day habits, what you use without even thinking. Now, I watch a lot of Kyle Cease videos, and there's a video that Kyle Cease about a year ago. He was doing a video every day because he would meditate for 2 hours a day, and he would do a video on the type of insights that he would come across. One of those, I think of day 3 or 5, he was talking about death. He was saying that you're not your body, you're not your beliefs, because at one point you had a little kid body, now you have an adult body, and then you'll have an old person's body. You're not your beliefs because at one point you believed in one thing and now you believe in something else. He went on to say that if you were born and you were placed in front of the Nintendo game Super Mario, you would think you were Super Mario. So when somebody who was playing Luigi as second player decides that I'm not going to play the game anymore, and they quit and they die on the video game, you would think that Luigi, your brother, was dead. But in reality, they just quit playing the video game. So maybe not everyone has a computer. Maybe not everyone has played Mario. But everyone at least has a phone. And so I thought about this concept after listening to a bunch of Kyle Cease and things like that. So to me, think about your phone as you, your physical you. Now the phone to me, of course, would be the body. The operating system, whether iOS or Android, to me that would be your subconscious. The brand, LG or Apple, that would be your consciousness. And then the user, you actually using the phone, that is your spirit. Now, the reason why I say that is because, as you can see, your spirit is just controlling the body. It's just controlling the phone. It's controlling as far as your subconscious and your consciousness. You are not your body. You're not your subconscious. You're not your consciousness. You're bigger than that. So just like with the phone, a lot of people would think that, they're Android, or they'll think that they're Apple, or, different things like that. And this is just a tool, and just like with this phone, most people do not even use it for its full potential, for everything that it can actually do. And to me, that makes me think of us now. A lot of people do not use whether their mind or their body for all that it can actually do. It's an extraordinary type of thing. So this is why I say you reprogram your mind and change your life. So hopefully I didn't lose anybody as far as with these different breakdowns or anything like that. This is the first video. I got CD Nightmare Before Sunrise album coming out, produced by Progeny. I do have my book Ideas of Illusion, which is out now. The link in the summary of the book is going to be in the description, and if you're kind of skeptical, the first 3 chapters are available online as well. The link will be on the description. Hopefully I was able to make some type of sense, and we're all just trying to heal, you know. So if you have a story or situation where you're able to confirm the type of things that I'm saying when it comes to your subconscious belief, and there's a situation to where after you changed your state of mind you're able to change your outside world, or if there's a belief or perception that's hindering you, maybe you don't feel you're not, you know, worthy of happiness or love, or you know, you think it's too far-fetched for you to live your dreams, like, oh, that can't happen to me. Any of those, go ahead and drop a comment, hit the subscribe button. We can heal together. You know, I will respond back to comments. So yeah, if you like what you heard, there's plenty of more videos to come. This is only going to get better as I tackle on these particular subjects and try to break it down in, you know, smallest terms. But hey, if you dug it, go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and hit the subscribe. This is Dabtro Creations, and I'm out.
No shit for street kids, holding forts down, dudes doing heavy bids. Hold your heads, baby mothers raising multiple kids, baby daddies hustling, blending in, trying to make ends. 1 foot out the gate, 1 foot in a cell, trapped in the hood, trying to prevail, still raising hell. Raise bail, locked up, throw away the key, we lose bail money, long sentence, no parole, we die.